Today we're going to talk about crafting and we're going to talk about balls and how to make a regular ball into a holiday ball. Here's my Uncle Benny.
Hi, this is Uncle Benny, and I'd like to talk to you about my balls. These are my styrofoam balls. Now, I don't know what kind of balls you got, but I'm going to take these styrofoam balls and I'm going to make them into the fabulous holiday balls that you might see on a mantle or some kind of tablescape or something like that. It's very easy. All you need are three things. Number one, you need some kind of puffy paint or fabric paint. This kind of paint is different than regular acrylic paint because when you put it on, it stands up. You know what I mean? It sticks up in the air. And regular paint just smushes, and you don't want smushing. So, first thing you need is some kind of puffy paint. It doesn't matter the color because you're going to paint over it anyway. Second thing you need is a paintbrush. Okay? That's for another step. Third thing you need, some kind of acrylic paint. It doesn't matter what color, whatever you want. I chose silver, metallic blue, and a little bit of midnight blue. Give some shading in there on my balls. So, first thing you do is you draw a design with your fabric paint. I don't know what I was thinking. I forgot the most important tip about tips. If you don't take your paint, the fabric paint, and make sure you do a little wrist action and get that paint right to the tip, it's going to splurt everywhere. You don't need splurtage because splurtage is just going to mess up your design. So, first thing you need to do when you're taking that fabric paint, just a little bit of wrist action, flick it forward, as fast as you possibly can. Get it right to the tip so you get a nice straight line for your design. You don't need it to do this because if it does this, you're going to ruin your design. You're going to have to wipe your balls and start all over again. Now, balls do not sit still. If you put a ball down, it's going to roll. If you put paint on one side of your ball, it's going to roll towards the paint because of gravity. You know what I mean? Gravity's not your friend if you got balls. So, what you're going to do is you're going to do your design on half the ball. Then you're going to find something that's going to hold and cradle your balls all nice and gentle like. So here at Uncle Benny's Crafts, we use whatever we got on hand. We don't like to spend money we don't need to spend. So this is the top of an iced tea container. I just take it, flip it over, stick my balls right there. Boom, my ball's nice and cradled, my ball dries, nothing happens, it doesn't roll anywhere, there's no big mess. So let your balls dry 2-3 hours, and then what you're going to do is flip your ball over and do the other side. Again, you're going to let that side dry 2-3 hours. Make sure your ball's sitting in your cradle, nice and relaxed. When everything is dry and you got the design that you want, you're going to take acrylic paint of any color and you're going to paint. So what I did was I painted silver first. I let it dry. Of course, I did half of the ball at a time. You know what I mean? I used my ball cradle and I only painted half at a time. So then after you get the base color, you could, enhance it. I used the blue metallic and then I didn't like the way that looks. So then I took a little bit of the midnight blue, mix it with a little water, kind of did a wash over the top of it. And it gives a nice little depth to your balls. You don't want to have flat balls. Let me tell you that right now. You need to have some depth to your balls. So after you're done with that, you let your balls dry. You could do anything you want. I'm going to use these balls as part of a holiday arrangement in a vase. I'm going to do all different color balls. In fact, I got a whole bunch of other kind of balls that I did over here. I did these. These have pipe cleaners that are like iridescent. I just hot glued them on, burned my fingers, whatever. I took some yarn. It's got a little bit of metallic flakes in it. I wrapped that around my balls. And I even took these little gems and I glued them all over my balls. There's nothing like a glistening ball to really set the holiday mood. So you could take just plain old styrofoam balls and make them into holiday balls, and everybody will be happy with your balls this holiday season.
Kathleen Radio.